We in our own lane and we got our own slang. We got our own gang with a literacy gang. We in our own lane and we got our own slang. We do our own thing with a literacy gang. We know our ABCs, we can read a riddle. We about the action, present for the simple. Subject and predicates meeting in the middle. 20 minutes, everything really is that simple. Your brain is a muscle, must keep it trained. We flex different with a literacy gang. Your brain is a muscle, must keep it trained. We flex different with a literacy gang. We in our own lane and we got our own slang. We do our own thing with a literacy gang. We in our own lane and we got our own slang. We do our own thing with a literacy gang.
Greetings, Virtual Village family. How are you all doing? I am doing extremely well. I hope you all are too. I am super excited to be here with the Virtual Village family again on this Monday evening. I was back here vibing to that theme song. Oh my God, we got our own slang with a literacy gang. All right, gang, y'all. The best gang that you could ever be a part of is the literacy gang. I hope you all are members of this gang. So if you don't know, I'm Star Armstrong and I'm the founder of Clever Communities in Action. And we are all about that culturally affirming literature movement. I hope you are too. I hope you all are as excited about literacy and making sure that our children read, that they read well, that they love reading, and that they are reading books that affirm who they are, okay? So look, we have an exciting week coming up for you guys. But right now, let's talk about real quickly. We know that it's Black History Month. And I hear all these debates. I keep telling y'all since last week, the debates about how various people feel about Black History Month. Some people are super excited about it. Some people are like, you know, whatever. And some people are angry because it's in February. And I've heard so many things about this. I enjoy the month because I feel, again, like it's a birthday. You know, it is, we celebrate our lives, we love ourselves, we love our loved ones all year round. But collectively on that birthday, everybody comes together and shows their work. And that's how I feel that the Black History Month is. You know, you've been doing your work the whole time, but here we're showing our work together at the same time. And so I'm happy to show our work here all year at Clever Communities in Action and for the Virtual Village show. But one thing I do want to talk about is Black History Month. Things that we can do in action to honor Black History Month and Black accomplishments and Black work. Don't we want to do that during Black History Month? So, you know, we have a little graphic here about ways in which you guys can support this Black-led nonprofit organization, Black Focus. Can y'all bring me on with that? Is that possible? If not, then y'all bring me back, please, so I can see. Yeah, okay. So, you know, I think, and we talk about this all the time, that supporting Black nonprofit organizations that focus on improving the Black community, supporting Black businesses are supremely important, and it's things that we should exercise throughout the year all the time. But we want to bring that up. And so we want to talk about that. Infographic talks about Clever Communities in Action. But there are ways in which, you know, if we're not your nonprofit of choice, I hope we are. But if you have one of choice that focuses on improving the Black community, there are some simple ways that you can support these nonprofits and businesses. So let's run that real quickly. Let me talk about that. One of the easiest things that you can do is share content. You can share content. So our content, if you like what we're doing as far as literacy is concerned and the moments in history and the different things that we are doing to promote literacy and affirm our culture, share the content, share the content. It means a lot. It definitely does. And it is just as easy as bloop, clicking the share button. And if you're really like us, you'll drop a line up there saying, hey, tune in, or this is my show, or I'm part of the literacy gang. So that's one easy way. And do that for all of the nonprofits, Black nonprofits and businesses that you believe in the work that they're doing. Cost you nothing. Another quick way is to like and subscribe. So if your favorite Black focused nonprofit, Black run, Black focused nonprofit has a Facebook page and or a YouTube channel, then quickly give them a like and a subscribe. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube as Clever Communities in Action. We are easy to find, okay? So click that like and that share button and make sure that you have done that, and that helps a lot as well. Another thing, and this again applies to Black businesses as well. A nonprofit is a business, but for-profit businesses, you know, somebody's cooking up some real good food for you, a place you like to go, or you know what, whatever the business may be, you believe in the work that they've done, leave them a Google review. Just go and type up the business in Google, and you can type in clevercommunities.org and leave a 5-star review and say something. Drop a line and say what you think about that business, that nonprofit organization. And it does help. And these things cost you no money, but it is something that helps support, it keeps things moving. Now for us, Clever Communities in Action, again, we are a nonprofit organization. So you can also make us your Amazon Smile charity. So all you Prime shoppers during this pandemic time who have just been clicking away and order things, you can go to smile.amazon.com and you can make us your charity. Type in clevercommunities.action and we become your charity. And anytime you make a purchase, you don't have to pay anything. You don't have to do anything extra, but a portion of the proceeds will go to Clever Communities in Action every time you make a purchase. Just as simple as that. Smile.amazon.com. And then finally, make a donation. And we have some people who for a while have been doing recurring donations that come out automatically. And for some, it's as small as it's $5 a month. But that's $60 a year. And if a lot of people do that, that's more books. That's more. I mean, we have some great things that we are rolling out this year. We just can't talk about it just yet. But I promise you, all of you all who are part of this village, you're going to be excited because everybody in the Literacy Gang and the Virtual Village, everything we're doing it together, and we're carrying your spirit with us as we move, okay? So you can go to clevercommunities.org/donate. And you can make a donation there. No amount is too small and no amount is too large. It helps us with the work. And if you are like, well, I like Cash App, then again, we're easy to find. It's a $ Clever Communities. And if you are a PayPal person, then we are donations at clevercommunities.org. And so these are some ways during Black History Month, because everybody's like, I'm black during Black History Month. So these are some ways in which you can support Black run and Black focused nonprofit organizations and businesses. It's cool to do it all throughout the year, but hey, add this flavor to your Black History Month. So I definitely wanted to throw that in. Those are some easy ways in which you can support. And we have Miss Gaynor here. How are you doing? Welcome. We are so glad to have you as a member of the Virtual Village. We know that you are super excited about literacy and our children, just like we are. And then Miss Choi. Hi, Miss Choi and Andrew. They said support Black business 365 days a year. Okay, there it is. And Miss, look, I love our literacy gang. She said share it just like that. We appreciate it just like that. And it means a lot. Let me tell you, the community support, you can do all that you were doing. You can get all the grants, which are wonderful. You can get all the sponsorships. You can get all these things. But if the community in which you come from is not feeling, the community that you are part of, and the community that you love and are serving aren't with you, then it's all for naught. So we are glad that is not the case here. That our community, our village, we are one. We are one, and I love it. And I definitely feed off that energy. I do. I love it. I love y'all, like for real. So like I said, moving forward, we have a great week tomorrow. Just a little foreshadowing here before we move on. I want to let you guys know, you're like, how are you skipping all the way to tomorrow? Well, Mr. Jordan and I are doing Community Connector by ourselves because the wonderful guest who we had is feeling under the weather and is not able to join us, but we are not going to disappoint. We're actually going to be talking about tomorrow what Black History Month deserves from Black people. We are going to talk about that, and it's going to be great. And then we will also be reading the book about our featured historic figure. But you got to tune in tomorrow to find out who that's going to be. You got to tune in tomorrow to find out who that's going to be. Tonight is Septima Clark. Do you guys know who Miss Septima Clark was? Let us know. Drop a yes, no, maybe so, possibly. Do you know who Septima Clark was? Do you know the work that she did and how important it was? Well, if you don't know, you are going to find out today. So make sure you are tuned in with your family, the little ones, the middle ones, the big ones, everybody, because we have a great show ahead. We got a wonderful teacher tonight. We got these moments in history. But before we get into that, y'all know our girl is about to get us feeling amped and good. Do your thing, baby girl. Do you?
Greetings, virtual villagers. My name is Shania, and do you know what time it is? It's affirmation time! Time to remind ourselves how great we are. So everybody, repeat after me. I am smart. I have purpose. I am confident. I am valuable. My voice is worthy of being heard. I am an asset to my family, school, and community. I respect myself and I respect others. I am beautifully made inside and out. I love my beautiful hair and I love my beautiful brown skin. I am more than enough. Great job, virtual villagers. Can I get a virtual high five? Great job. And always remember how fantastic you are.
Virtual villagers, I'm Kalia, and this is today's moment in history. Septima Clark is known as the mother of the civil rights movement. She earned a bachelor's degree from Benedict College in 1942 and a master's degree from Hampton Institute in 1946. She taught young students and held informal literacy classes for adults. She also pushed an education and equal rights agenda in numerous organizations, such as the Young Women's Christian Association, or the YWCA, Federation of Women's Clubs, Council of Negro Women, and the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, or the NAACP. In 1956, when South Carolina banned membership in the NAACP, Clark lost her teaching job and pension when she refused to comply. Clark and her cousin, Bernice Robinson, created the first citizenship school to educate Black people in literacy, state government, and election procedures. Traveling throughout the South, Clark trained teachers for citizenship schools and assisted in SCLC marches and protests, working with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dr. King acknowledged Clark when he received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964 by insisting that she accompany him to Sweden. After retiring in 1970, Clark continued to fight inequality and serve her community. In 1976, she won the back pay and pension that was denied to her when she was fired from her South Carolina teaching job for being a member of the NAACP. She served on the Charleston County School Board from 1975 to 1978, when she was nearly 80 years old. She also wrote 2 autobiographies outlining her philosophy, Echo in My Soul in 1962 and Ready from Within in 1968.
The Virtual Village Show is back with Season 4. Starting February 1st, every Monday through Wednesday, the Virtual Village is ready to inspire all ages. Our industry-leading teachers are here to reinforce foundational literacy skills, provide culturally affirming literature, and we have exciting Black History facts for the entire family. Log on today at Clever Communities McPhillip.org or visit our social media pages.
Have you been injured? Do you need to protect your intellectual property? The McPhillip firm can help you. We are an Atlanta-based boutique law firm offering a unique blend of personal injury and intellectual property services. We provide tailored counseling and representation. The McPhillip firm is here for you. Call us today for a free consultation at 404-999-5LAW. The McPhillip firm. No gimmicks, just results.
All right. So that was a lot of great information right there. Before I get started on the things I'm about to say, can anybody drop a line and tell us something about Septima Clark? If you guys were listening to Kalia, the dynamic Miss Clark Atlanta University student, can somebody drop a line, a word, something that you heard about Septima Clark? Anything that you caught from that? We'd love to see that. And I want to, before I get into a few things about Septima Clark, I do want to say this: the commercial that you all saw. So I'm a very proud auntie. I have an 8-year-old niece, and I'm super proud of her. And so our season 4 commercial, the voiceover work was done by my 8-year-old niece Haley. And I just had to say that it was just a proud auntie moment. It may be irrelevant, but very relevant to me. So I am super proud of her. She did a wonderful job, and we are all about giving our young people opportunities to do things that stretch their imagination and things that they may not have conceived of doing. And she did a wonderful job, and we are also proud of all of our young people who do all of our segments that you guys see here. They are awesome. They are awesome. When you see the process, it's not a simple process, and they get in there and they value what they're saying. They value who they're saying it to. And it's just, it's a wonderful thing to witness. So I just had to put that out there real quickly. But going on back to Sister Septima Clark, the ancestor. So she was all about the citizenship schools. She was a co-founder of that. And the citizenship schools were focused on teaching adults to read so that they could pass the literacy test. The illegal, immoral literacy tests that were placed upon Black people during that time in order to be able to vote. And, we have a saying around here that literacy is liberation in a multitude of ways. And so that just proves that. And the work that she did was so important, and it's so much in alignment with what we're doing here. And all we can do is hope that we would make the ancestor proud in what we are doing as Clever Communities in Action, and as a whole virtual village here. Our ancestors, again, Black History Month is super important about making sure that comment, y'all, please hold that comment. But Black History Month is keep it. Thank you. So Black History Month is super important about looking at what came before us and how we use that as a blueprint to propel us as we move forward, that we aren't reinventing the wheel when we don't have to, but maybe if we shine it up a little bit, then that's our job. All right, so let's look at this comment from Ms. Gaynor, who of course she knows and was listening. She said that Sister Septima Clark was fired for joining the NAACP. I love that you pointed that out, because what that makes me think about is, listen, I understand we live in a capitalistic society, and that, honor and, goodwill and good feelings don't pay the Dominion energy bill and all of those things. But at the same time, not being just moved by money and securing the bag for the sake of securing the bag, but having principle, putting community and others first is something that we do need to get back to, and being able to be supportive for one another when we do take those kind of steps and initiatives or risk is super important if we do want to advance. So what you said right there, she was fired from her job, and she lost her pension. She lost her pension for that, which she worked hard and legally was able to get it back, to get the money during the latter part of her life. But that's an important fact that you dropped right there. So you guys make sure we, do post moments in history every day. So check those out. And of course, you find the new ones here every night, Monday through Wednesday. So thank you for that, Ms. Gaynor. And so now it is time for us to introduce our teacher for the night. This is somebody who you all should know by now if you've been tuning in regularly. She is coming along. She's a kindergarten teacher, and she has a lot of love for our children, a lot of patience, a lot of skill, a lot of time. She is great. Her heart is in it, and we are going to bring on Miss Tyra Anderson.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. How are you, Miss Anderson?
I am doing well. How are you?
I am doing well. Glad to have you here as always. How has your day been with our kindergarten babies today?
It was good. Today was a good day. Some
That's always
interesting moments I'll share off camera.
You know what? One day we just gotta have a moment of Miss Tyra's moments. You know, we need to do that. The ones that are on camera, ready. You gotta just sit back because she has Miss Gaynor telling you hello.
Hi.
And you have the cutest moments and some of the best when they say the darndest things. You have some of the darndest, most precious things, and then sometimes some things that the babies say. So we got to have a special segment for that. I think everybody would love that. So are you ready for this lesson tonight?
Yes, I'm very ready. I'm excited to bring some more learning to the kiddies.
Yes. In the spirit of our ancestor, Miss Septima Clark. You know, she was, focused on making sure that adults and parents know how to read. It's holistic. You know, it is holistic. And even with these foundational literacies right here, we always say this is a no judgment zone. If you are 8 or if you are 88, and if these foundational literacy lessons are helpful to you, that's what it is here for. Please feel welcome. You know, that is what this movement is all about. We make sure that everybody on this team cares about the mission, okay? And we care about how our community feels. So you are welcome to get this lesson no matter who you are, how old you are. So Miss Anderson, you ready to bring it?
I'm ready.
All right, and you guys, this season comes with parent tips too. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. It's on sis.
All right. Good evening, virtual villagers. I'm excited to bring another lesson to you all tonight. So as we always start out, I'll go over what we're going to be going over this evening. So we're going to be going over some letter sounds. We will identify and name the uppercase and lowercase letters of the alphabet. Let me slide over a little bit. There we go. And then we will break up some words into sounds and syllables, and then we'll do some rhyming. And then at the end, I'll come back and go over that parent tip. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with our letter sounds. I want you to go ahead and get your pointer finger ready. So we're going to point to each letter, and then we're going to say the sound for each letter, and then what starts with that letter. So here we go. Let me get my finger right. Here we go. A, apple. And you repeat it after me. B, ball. C, cookie. D, duck. E, elephant. F, fish. G, guitar. H, house. I, insect. J, jump. K, kite. L, lamp. M, mouse. N, necklace. All right, let's come back down here. Where's my letter? Here we go. O, octopus. P, pillow. Q, quilt. R, raccoon. S, sun. T, turtle. U, umbrella. V, violin. W, window. X, X-ray. Y, yo-yo. Z, zebra. All right, excellent job. So it's important for us to know those sounds so we can begin to put those sounds together. All right, so now we are going to transition into some beginning sounds. So I'm going to say a word, and I want you to tell me what sound you hear at the beginning of that word, all right? So our first word is jump. Jump. What sound do you hear at the beginning of jump? All right, did you say the j sound? That is correct. We hear j at the beginning of jump. And the letter J makes the j sound. All right, next one is kit. Kit. What sound do we hear at the beginning of kit? We hear the k sound. K. And the K makes the k sound. All right, next one is love. Love. What sound do you hear at the beginning of love? See how your mouth moves? We hear the L at the beginning of love. All right. My. What sound do we hear at the beginning of my? We hear the sound. And the letter M makes the sound. And our last word is down. Down. What sound do we hear at the beginning of down? That's right. We hear the D sound. D. And the letter D says D. All right. Good job. All right. So now we are going to blend some letters together to see if we can figure out what the word is. All right. So first one, what letter says K? What sound do we hear? We hear the letter K. Next sound is I. I. And I says I. And then the last one, what letter says D? D. So we have the letter D. All right, so let's see if we can put that word together. All right, can we see all three letters on there? Let's blend that together. So we have K, I, D. Let's try it again. K, I, D. All right, the word is kid. Very good. Kid. All right, let's do another one. And if you notice, the middle sound was I, which is the short I. All right, what letter says D? D. All right, we hear the letter D for D. All right, now what letter makes the I sound? That's right, it's the letter I. And then the next sound is D again. And the letter D says D. All right, you ready to blend those together? Here we go. D, I, D. Let's try it again. D, I, D. All right, now we're going to blend it together. Did. Did. Our word is did. All right, we're going to do one more. All right, here we go. What sound or what letter makes the P sound? P. All right, that's right. We hear the letter P says P. All right, and now what letter makes the I sound? I. All right, again, the letter I. All right, and the last sound is G. G. All right, and what letter says G? That's right, the letter G says G. All right, you ready? We're gonna blend it together. So we have P, I, G. All right, let's try it again. P, I, G. One more time. P, I, G. Pig. We spell the word pig. Awesome. All right, and the last thing we're going to do is make some rhyming words. So I'm going to say a sentence, and then you're going to help me figure out what word goes in that sentence by selecting a rhyming word. All right, so my sentence says, I can look in a what? All right, as you see, here's our word look. What word can we use to rhyme with look? Look, book. Good job. Look and book rhyme. I can look in a book. Excellent job. All right, let's look at another one. Place the 10 in the Place the 10 in the what? All right, so our word that we're trying to rhyme is 10. What's a word that can rhyme with 10? Remember, rhyming words have the same ending sound. Place the 10 in the bin. Excellent job. 10, bin, they both rhyme. Great job. All right, and the last one. The wig is on the what? The wig is on the what? Wig and pig. That's right. Wig and pig are rhyming words. Excellent job. All right. So I think Miss Star is coming back. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Before Miss Star comes back, I have a parent tip for you guys. So one thing that you can do if your student is learning their letters or words, you can go on a letter or word hunt. So you can pick a word of the day, maybe it's one of the sight words that they're working on, or you can pick a letter of the day and have your child search for that letter or word in a magazine or in a book. What I would tell my students, if they're looking at a book, every time they see that word, just circle it with their finger. And that's a great way to practice and learn their sight words. So that's a tip for you for today.
Excellent and wonderful lesson as always, Miss Anderson. That was great. And I must say, this may be a little odd, but phonics makes me happy. It really does. I mean, just, children, adults, anyone devouring the words, breaking it down, learning the sounds of the words and blending everything together. I think it's just a wonderful thing. It reminds me of my childhood when my granny taught me to read, and I was on fire. I absolutely loved it. I adored it. And so seeing people go through that process of learning how to read in that way, Ms. Gaynor said, thank you for sharing, Miss Anderson.
Awesome. Yeah, and actually that's my favorite thing to teach too. So
It's not just me. It's not just me.
It's not. The guided reading is my favorite time of the day, and it always has been.
Awesome. Because I was like, why do I get so hyped about this? And when you were, did it and put egg, I'm like, this is just beautiful. I think it's great, and I hope everybody has their little ones tuned in, and especially having that coming from a beautiful face, a face who is happy and smiling and supportive, who can remind you of mommy, remind you of auntie, remind you of family members, of neighbors, of somebody at your church or your mosque, and it's coming from someone in that way. I think that just is the big cherry on top. But phonics matter. It's so important, and it's just fun to teach. It's fun to watch. And I'm glad to have you here who is just as hyped about it as I am. I mean, look, we're on fire about literacy and our children reading and our community reading. So y'all, if you're a part of this literacy gang, if you are tuned in, we encourage you to take it up some notches. You got to be excited about reading. We say literacy is liberation, and we are getting free over here. And this vehicle is here to get our children free, to get our community free, because reading is a book is the first step on the child's passport. It can take our babies so many places, even if they may have confines due to a pandemic, if they may have confines due to personal reasons or situations. That book can take you so many places in your mind. And so that is the perfect segue. We are about to have a moment from our sponsors again. And then Miss Anderson is about to take our children on a journey. So before we have that moment, where are you taking our children, Miss Anderson? Where are y'all going tonight?
You want me to show the book now?
Yeah.
Okay, so the title of our book tonight is Jackie Wins Them All. So that's a good thing that you said that. So I want you guys to look at the cover of this book and the title. So I want you to think about, before I read it, what this story might be about. So look at these wonderful pictures. So have a question in your mind. What are we going to read about tonight?
All right, a word from our sponsors, and then y'all let Miss Anderson know.
After the holidays are over, most Americans prepare for taxes. Titan Tax is ready to make filing your taxes as stress-free as possible. This veteran-owned virtual tax office will prepare and submit your tax return safely from the comfort of your home. If you filed unemployment for the first time or wondering about home office tax deductions, Titan Tax Professional has the answer for you. Contact us today at TitanTax.com or 757-565-7781. Titan Tax, real help from real people.
All right, welcome back. So again, like I said, the title of this story is Jackie Wins Them All. And this story is written by Fabian Ferguson, and illustrations are by Alyssa Artova. I hope I said that right. Now, this is our book for tonight. So I want you to think about what you were thinking about what this book was going to be about. So let's see if our predictions are correct. So let me see if I can. Here we go. All right. Today is the day of the big city race, and the middle school is buzzing on Albany Place. Excitement and chatter fill the school's hall. All talks are of Jackie because she wins them all. Did you guys notice those rhyming words? The amazingly talented Jackie J. Spade, a star in the making in just the 6th grade. A history of winning ever since she was 3, only losing baby teeth throughout the whole spree. Look at her. She's an all-star in tennis and swings a mean bat, holds records in swimming and gym acrobats. A science fair winner of not 1 but 2, a spelling bee champion with hula baloo. She has all kinds of trophies in her big trophy case, a sight that's worth seeing when you visit her place. She has gold ones, crystal ones, and sparkly ones too. All color ribbons from purple to blue. Her success is well known, her name's common knowledge, especially after beating that one guy from college. Not a loss in her history that one can recall. Yep, Jackie's a legend because she wins them all. Well, enough about Jackie. The race will soon start. It is time for all runners to get set on their mark. The crowd grows to silence and the whispers get soft. The runners are focused and they're off. The racers huff and they puff as they try to beat her, but they better act fast in this 200-meter. Down the home stretch, sweat flies from her skin. Crossing the finish line is Jackie. But she didn't win. Oh no. What do you think's gonna happen? Her mind flooding with questions, the hows and the whys. She drops down to her knees with tears in her eyes. As she makes her way up from the sweat-puddled dirt, it was clear on her face just how bad this loss hurt. She then dusts herself off and wipes tears from her face. She walks right on over and says, "Good race." A hand, a hug, and some smiles were returned. There were no hard feelings, just some hard lessons learned. There are times you're on top and times you will fall. Things won't always work out. You can't win them all. Work hard, give your best, and do all you can do. That's what matters most, and this Jackie knew. One last walk past the crowd, and they all start to cheer. Jackie smiles and responds, "I'll see you next year." Walking tall and proud with all that's left in her. Sure, today Jackie lost, but she moves on like a winner. The end. So Jackie learned a lesson that I hope all of you guys paid attention to. She was used to being the winner, but she didn't always win. And she learned a valuable lesson with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story this evening.
Well, I certainly enjoyed the story. I definitely did. That was excellent. Virtual Village family, I hope you all enjoyed that story as well. I was excited to hear that one. So I hope you all did some foreshadowing as Ms. Anderson asked you to kind of figure out what you thought it was going to be about. And if you did, were there any surprises in there? Did it turn out to be the way you thought it was going to be? Let us know what you guys think about that story that she read. We have a comment here from Miss Valerie Anderson, and she
That's
says,
my mama.
I figured it's such great to have your mother here. Welcome, Miss Anderson. Thank you so much for tuning in. That is great. That is wonderful. And Miss Gaynor said, great story. It really was. And so we want to make sure that you guys are adding these to your arsenal of liberation, that you are adding these books to home libraries of your children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews. We always say community children, church children, mosque children. These are great gifts to give any time of the year. And that story, is about being resilient, sportsmanship, being able to persevere, move forward, even though things don't go the way that we wish that they would. And those are great values to instill in our children at a young age. And for those of us who are, not children, sometimes we may need to double back and take that lesson that Jackie got as well. So, these are wonderful stories. We make sure we want to be well-rounded here, that you all are getting, that our children are getting the history, the culture, those lessons, but also that we do these stories that are just having beautiful Black faces, that are having life experiences that are important and relatable to us all. So what were your thoughts on that book?
Yeah, I thought it was a great book. And as I'm just sitting here thinking, this was not a book that I have read before or seen. So it's great to have these introductions to these great stories to our audience, as well as myself as a teacher. So this is something that I can definitely, carry on into my classroom. So like you said, it was a great story about resilience and perseverance that not only children can benefit from, but adults as well. So I thought it was a very great story. So thank you, Miss Starr.
Yes, well, thank you for reading it and reading it. Like I said, every time when you are reading, I, pull up, I make sure I have my little snack or my water or my juice or whatever, and I get real comfortable and listen to Miss Anderson read. And so we hope that you guys are sharing this with the little ones in your lives so they can experience this as well. As a matter of fact, you guys make sure you click that share button right now if you have not done so already. So thank you so much, Miss Anderson, and we are glad to know that you are going to read that to your class. Definitely let us know how that goes when you read it to your little ones and how they respond to it. And again, our villagers tuning in, make sure that you add that book to the books for the children in your life. And you guys make sure that you stay tuned for there it is. Jackie wins them all. An excellent story. So thank you so much, Miss Anderson. And you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And we will see you again soon.
All right, everyone have a great evening. Thank you for having me.
All right, so that was great. Again, we always appreciate Miss Anderson and the energy that she brings, and she's going to tell us about how that book goes with her class. But right now, I told you all I was excited about my niece and the voiceover that she did, but I'm also excited about all of our youth and the work that they've done towards the Virtual Village show. Each one of the segments, they bring their own personalities, they bring the power, they are excited again about whomever or whatever it is that they are speaking of in regards to Black history, Black culture. So right now, our precious Peyton is coming with that quote from Sister Septima Clark. So y'all check that out.
Greetings, virtual villagers. I am Peyton, and today's quote is from Septima Clark. I believe unconditionally in the ability of people to respond when they are told the truth. We need to be taught to study rather than believe, to inquire rather than to affirm.
Greetings, virtual villagers. I'm Jameer, and in case you didn't know, I'm here with today's book recommendation. Kalia told you a little about the important work of Septima Clark and the citizen schools she established. If you would like to learn more about her life and the impact she had, Ready from Within, a first-person narrative by Cynthia Stokes Brown and Septima Poinsettia Clark is the perfect selection. You can purchase this book at your local Black-owned bookstore or visit smile.amazon.com and add Clever Communities in Action as your charity, and Amazon will donate a percentage of the price of your purchases at no cost to you.
Oh, Peyton and Jameer. Oh, my goodness. Two dynamic young people. And of course, you see the power in which Peyton delivered that quote. And at the end, we need to inquire rather than affirm. And so I take that as meaning that we need to research. We need to ask questions. We need to find out for ourselves rather than just affirm what somebody tells us. So we need to be making sure that at a young age, our children are inquiring. And these books are a foundation for inquiry, for them to ask questions. And we as adults have to make time to answer those questions, to not always give it to them because we're tired and we want them, to be quiet, but to equip them with the tools to be able to research on their own, but also to help them down that path. Drop the nugget and let them keep researching. Don't just give the answer right away. And that builds a strong, critical thinker. Okay. And then that becomes an adult who changes the world. Not even necessarily adult, because we have so many wonderful children right now and in the past who have done things that impact our world and impact our community in the biggest ways. So again, we need to inquire rather than just to affirm. That is powerful. And then, of course, our Jameer, who is behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, he is helping make things run smoothly right now. He is a freshman at, as he says, the illustrious Howard University, is coming through with that book recommendation. And this time, the book recommendation is something for most of these segments for parents, because this is a show for the entire family. So if you are interested in what we've told you about Septima Clark today, and you as an adult want to learn more about her and the citizenship schools and all of the things that she did, the book recommendation that Jameer gave you is a wonderful one for you. And as you learn more about her, it helps equip you with being able to teach your children more about her. And hopefully we are using that to impact our lives. So with that said, in our community. So with that said, we are going to go ahead and close on out of here. It's been wonderful. You guys don't forget the 5 ways in which you can support Clever Communities in Action or any Black run and Black focused nonprofit organization or Black business. There are 5 simple ways in which you can provide your support this Black History Month and beyond. So please make that part of your repertoire. I am getting tongue-tied, you guys, but I'm a part of your repertoire. Never mind. Y'all know what I meant. Okay. It's a lot when you talk all day on the thing. But anyway, y'all know what I meant. Okay. So we appreciate you all. We appreciate it. And we love our virtual village for tuning in. It's a literacy gang. Y'all know we do our own thing. We got our own slang. We're the literacy gang, right? So with that note, on our way out, you guys, make sure that you check out our new theme song if you haven't already. And remember that we are the place where the learning reside, where the learning reside, where the learning reside, where the learning reside. Peace.
We